Let's rev it up!
Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so by now I'm pretty sure many of you have faced Sky Strikers, and they can be an interesting deck to play against, yeah, because they're really interactive. But one of the similar flaws that I kind of relate them to is Psy-frames, because they can't have any monsters. Of course, they're not as like, it's not the same, of course, because like Psy-frames are hand traps. You forgot you couldn't use it, but like it's essentially the same thing. They don't want to have a monster on the field unless they're going for game, because like why would they keep an established board if all their spells require them to not have any monsters, right? So like you can use that to your advantage, and I guess try to influence their gameplay by doing that, right? Like they're just finding a way to just keeping monsters on their field. That kills their entire deck, right? Like that's basically what we gotta do. And for this deck, for Dark Dino, for what I've been doing recently, like this card's good. Like they can't target any of like I'll either just get Yazi and just they can't target it. Like if you can get something that can be targeted, it's gonna be a really big issue because they can't target it, and everything in their deck targets, like all the outs, right? Like all the they would need to go board load somehow, or just find a way to just do a non-targeting thing to get rid of your guy, or get that guy that reduces his attack, and then get it low enough to where they can run over it. But besides the point, like that's insane. Like that's basically their weakness. That's an opening that you can do. But if you don't have a way to do that on top of maintaining your strategy, what your deck is meant to do, then you're gonna have some trouble, because they're gonna pick apart your play when you're going, then try to, because like they have the change of heart where they negate your monster and then take it, which is, I guess, is kind of good because they're like they can't use your own monster against you like beneficially with their effects, so it's not too bad. But everything else is like pop. It's like that. It's through card advantage where a singular card gets rid of both cards if they have their setup. Right here I wasn't sure. I was like, should I negate it? Should I not? Should I negate it? Should I not? And I was like, because if he has Ash, then I was like, oh, but oh no, it was like a little thing. Like I was like, okay, I think I got it. And this is where it's like exactly game. I was like, cherries. I'm like, okay, that's fine, Cerberus. But yeah, like like what I noticed is that all you need to do is get a non-targeting thing, and then if they struggle with it, because it's how did they get over there? Everything targets, right? But it's an interesting matchup for sure. Oh, and this was a crazy game, because I thought I was lost. This is playing anti-meta. I was like, damn. It was interesting. I got pretty scared. I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything against that. This is like the only thing I like about recording on Dueling Book, because it gets really glitchy. Like it skips, and it's really like, I don't know. That's one thing I don't like about it. Oh, and I'm trying desires in this because going second, starting off with 8 cards, that is pretty intimidating. 8 cards, because like a lot of them are once per turn, so it doesn't really matter whether you banish, because you're all once per turn anyways. But the one contradiction I felt, and I kind of like was the reason why I didn't do it at first, is because you're meant to be able to consistently top deck and then make the dinos, right? But what if you banish your dinos? That means that defeats the purpose of what your deck is meant to do, because that's the pressure. The versatility is the rank 4 plays and the black rose, right? That's the versatility. But what the main purpose of the deck is turboing out the pill, turboing out conductor and overtext. This was so close, man. I thought I lost. I was like, wow, what can I do here? If he had a mirror force or someone to save his guy, damn, I think I would have lost. But luckily he didn't have it. I was like, yes, here is the opening. This is so close, so really close. But yeah, like Sky Strikers, going back to that, it reminds me a lot of the Psy-frames, because Psy-frames don't want to have any monsters, otherwise they can't use their hand traps. Same thing with Brandish, they can't use their spells. It's similar, you know. It's like that. It's like, oh, okay, that makes like a little. It gives me like a little bit of insight of how to play against it. Oh my god, this is so funny. This is hilarious. Like, because Draco is still a thing, right? Like Draco, Alta guys. Then you get some alternate guys games because that's an interesting matchup as well because there's the setup that they can do consistently is really. It can be really troublesome if you don't have the right cards. Like this is like their way. Like I was like, what? Oh, this is pretty easy to do. Like I was like, okay, because you can just lightning it, right? You can Utopia lightning. And I was like, okay. I don't want to. I did not want to exceed into lightning before because I wanted to be able to just be flashy with it and be like, oh, let's see look what my deck can do. So I was like, I'll hold off on the lightning. Because I knew if I would have gone lightning beforehand, he would have just rage quit it. Because like, okay, get over and done with it already. Like, what you see what I mean? Like, yes, he just rage quit. He's living for the decklist. Okay, so here it is. It's still 60, and a lot of people. I've had a bunch of questions like, oh, why 60? Why don't you just make it down 40? Because there's so many cards that do this exact same thing. That's the only reason that you can get away with it. Like, you wouldn't play 60 cards of this doing one thing and then this doing another thing, you know, like they all have synergy. That's why you can up the quantity of the card count, up the card count, because they all do the same thing. So it's like, and they all like, if you keep adding cards that have synergy with each other, it's fine if you go above 40, because the ideal scenario of playing 40, yeah, is to minimize any other cards that do not go with whatever it is your deck is based upon, right? Does that make sense? And since this deck, like, everything just does basically the exact same thing, then it doesn't hurt to increase the card number. But yeah, basically you turbo up Black Rose, turbo Pill, and that's basically it. The hand traps are there to be as your non, so you want to go second. Everything your opponent does, you want to manipulate it by negating. Like if you've Ash, use Ash. Ash is just insane right now. Same thing with Droll. If you have Droll right now, it's really good. But like what I noticed that about Ogre and Veiler, it allows me to not shotgun Ultimate Conductor, because like, okay, let's say they search, right? They're searching to establish something, right? So the way I'm approaching this is I'll deal with what they're establishing and I'll negate that effect compared to negating a search that potentially won't even stop them. Does that make sense? But the thing about it is that, not taking away from Ash is good because if you know the matchup and you Ash a particular card, it can be devastating, right? Whereas Veiler sometimes can be underwhelming, and vice versa. But that's just my approach to it, because Ogre gets rid of the issue, right? Gets rid of the spell or trap or monster. It gets rid of multiple things, and it gives me the access to a level 7, which is what it's meant to do. And that's why I play Teleport, because Teleport gives me Ogre. You're basically playing 4 Ogres, basically. But this gives you an extender to where sometimes I'll go like Summon Knight, go to Strudel, and they spin the Strudel, they get rid of the Strudel, and then okay, activate. You know, it's a one of, but still it comes up more than often. It's just the one of you just always draw. And yeah, basically. And then side deck, it's just something. This is just something I'm trying to mess around with. I'm liking Dress and Forbidden Lands against Sky Strikers because just lands and it just gets rid of everything. You know, it'll be unaffected. Like it's similar scenario to why Veiler lets you hold on to your Conductor flip. So they'll try to force you to do it, and then they just lance it or dress it. I like this a lot against Ultrageist because they won't target it, right? So like when you go effect, they'll go protocol, and then they'll trigger Multi-Faker and then get their bouncer out. But by then this has resolved already, so they can't target it to bounce it. So you just attack and get rid of the entire field. That's like really good. I put the Utopia package back again because it just comes up so much that it's just like okay. And I felt like if I get boost good, then number 41, then I do. I just get side frick. Just I guess, yeah, I don't know. But I like mating Call by the Grave. You need to resolve your pill. You have to resolve it. That's the whole point of the deck. So why not play it? But anyways, I'm still working on the Dark Synchro, but it's the struggle of, because like it's very minimal cards you need to go off, right? You just Knight, Doppel, Knight, and like it's minimal cards. It's just that I'm just having issues with it. Like it's very fragile, very vulnerable. So I'm trying to utilize cards that can allow me to extend and not just come at a full stop if you get one disruption, because that's like a weak deck. If you do one, if your deck is like a high sequence base deck and they stop your first one, then everything just goes to downhill. Like, what's the point of that, right? You want to be able to reroute and be able to just bounce back if you get interrupted. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll try to do like a test hand and do the actual combo, because I got the cards. If you're in the on the Facebook group, the Wolf Grounds, I showed a clip of me doing like a fast version of just doing the combo and getting Blazer out. But I'll do one in depth so you can actually do much more and it'll make much more sense. But that's pretty much gonna be it. That'd be cool if we could just like press this button like. That'd be cool. Just type right there as well. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video, and thanks for watching.